given the backlash that The Last Jedi received and the disappointing box office performance of Solo: A Star Wars Story just this past weekend, I would not be surprised if Lucasfilm was at least a little bit concerned with how Episode 9 might do when it's released in December of next year, of 2019. I think that's when it's scheduled. Now, I've seen rumors, and this actually makes sense, that Disney and Lucasfilm might be reaching out to Billy Dee Williams to reprise his role as Lando, the older Lando. Now, as you probably know if you're a Star Wars fan, when he was a younger man, he was the original live-action Lando in the first George Lucas movies in the late 70s, early 80s, and he became a popular character. Lando has popped up in Star Wars comics and novels, and we just had a younger version of him in the Solo Star Wars Story that just released this past weekend. So it might do a lot to get fans excited to see a classic character come back as his, older self after not having seen him for so long. But even if that happens, I would still be concerned with how Lando would be treated if he showed up in Episode 9, given the treatment of other Star Wars legacy characters from the previous movies under Kathleen Kennedy's era, controversial era in the Star Wars saga. Han Solo was played by Harrison Ford, showed up, he made his long-awaited return in Episode 7, The Force Awakens, and we find out, he was a deadbeat dad, his relationship with Leia was broken up, and then when he finally reunites with his son, Kylo Ren, who's gone bad, Kylo kills him, and, Harrison Ford's Han Solo meets a very, tragic end, a tragic fate in the final act, or near the final act of The Force Awakens. So we found out that Han's life, ended kind of tragically, and it was ending up kind of crappy. And he didn't really do much before then. He was certainly involved in a lot of gunplay. He got to get in some of that blaster action with, some of the other characters, the newer, younger characters like Finn and Rey, when they were going up against the First Order. But then, and then Luke Skywalker returns to the screen, makes his triumphant return in The Last Jedi after so many years, and he just, milks alien goats, whines around and mopes. And then he has this final quasi-battle with Kylo Ren, which isn't really a battle, it's an illusion. And then he appears to die. He fades away into nothing to become one with the Force. So Star Wars' biggest action hero finally returns in the new era Star Wars universe, does nothing, and then dies before he's able to do anything. And, I think Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy thought they were doing something smart there. And as for Leia, Leia hasn't really done much of anything in either of the movies she's appeared in, The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi. And now, Carrie Fisher, the actress, tragically passed away, so we will never get to see Princess Leia, played by Carrie Fisher, do anything because of her untimely passing. Now that leaves Lando, right? The only original hero who would be able to come back. The only original human hero, I'll say. But, I'm concerned that he will be disrespected just like they were, and then he'll die. I mean, if Lando shows up in Episode 9, I'm 100% certain by the end of Episode 9 or before the end, he's going to be deceased. He won't be alive anymore. So basically, we're going to get excited to see Billy Dee Williams return to possibly his most famous role in an iconic franchise, to probably mope around, be a depressed, mopey old man, and get killed off by somebody shamefully before he even does much of anything. I mean, hopefully if Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy have learned anything, it's that they need to have their heroes at least do heroic, interesting, awesome things before they get killed off and die, which is something they did not let Luke or Han do at all in the previous, Star Wars movies. And they thought that they were being smart and realistic and dramatic and stuff, but all they were doing was pissing off their fans. So I will not be excited when I hear that Lando, played by Billy Dee Williams, or anybody's going to show up in Episode 9, because I don't have much faith that they're going to do him right. But maybe they will. I mean, I'm sure Disney and Lucasfilm by now are aware that a lot of fans are unhappy, and they need to change something if they want to keep the interest in their movies up. I hope they realize it. But what do you think? Would you like to see Billy Dee Williams as Lando return to the biggest franchise in the world? Sort of. Let us know in the comments. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.